Welcome back to Deadly Premonition, the Director's Cut. We're starting off where we were, picking up lollipops, because this is an infinite lollipop generator, you might remember. You can see there's some lollipops on the floor. If we just wait long enough... Yep, there we go. More lollipops. Oh, I mean, we could have as many as we wanted, but they don't do much, so no point in spending a whole lot of time waiting for that. The lights are going out. That door is now locked. We can't go back, but it's not like we would want to. Agent York is not about going back. He's about moving forward. This is the part where you fall down. He's about moving forward, making progress, getting to his destination, solving mysteries, being blocked by invisible walls. That's what Agent York is about. He can make out the name of the town. Hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yep, there it is. I mean, actually, V is the letter I cannot make out. So the move aiming, I don't know if it's any better than the analog stick aiming. It's been a while since I've played the original, so I'm not sure. It's an interesting thing to try, but it is taking some getting used to. We could, of course, move these boxes around if we wanted to. That's also another weird thing when you first start the game. You realize, oh, you can push crates? Do I need to push them here? And it turns out, no. No, pushing crates is just something you can do with any crate in the game. You don't have to push these particular crates. It's just that the option will come up if you walk by the crates. Alright, shake the move. Shake it up. There we go. Let's try some melee combat. I'm sure it'll go well. Hello. Yeah? You're a bit far away. I need to get a little closer. Oh, I got caught. I have to shake the move to get it off, so... Fun thing about, there we go. So fun thing is that if you might remember, a common QTE prompt in the original was to wiggle the analog stick. In the with the move controls, that has been replaced with shaking the move. I don't think that's going to turn out any better for me. I can imagine that actually being a problem with some QTEs. Actually, I wonder if the QTEs have been remapped for move controls at all. Yeah, the killer that we don't know about at this point, I suppose. Though technically we did get that premonition at the beginning. Yeah, this one. The premonition that basically tells York about the entire game, so... Not sure about how much York knows about what's happening at any one point. At what point does York solve the mystery? He kind of keeps it close to the vest. It's not like a big revelation moment for him. It's just, when the time comes, he knows what the deal was. Well, the raincoat killer part anyway, not the other thing. It is possible to take York by surprise, as we do see at the end. See? You put a fuse into the machine, and then it allows you to turn the power on. Not shut the power off. Crying is not enough. That's how a fuse is supposed to work. Are you dead? Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure. I'm not sure how I feel about the enemies having so little health. It's like, yeah, people didn't like the combat, but just taking out the option at all of enemies being tough, I'm not sure I like that. Also, even though the move aiming might result in more precision, do you need precision if the enemies go down so easily? Does it really matter if I'm getting headshots here? Well, I get more money for headshots. There is that. Let's see, is there money somewhere around? I think there is. Yeah, over there, over there. Sorry, not money, Agent Honor is what I'm referring to. You know, it never really occurred to me the first time playing this game, those aren't first aid kits. They're boxes of Band-Aids. You don't call those first aid kits, not even small ones. Okay. Time for the thing that kills most people when they first play this game. Okay, I failed that one. Let's see if I can shake the move hard enough to escape from this. I'm shaking it. I'm shaking the move. Shake it! There we go. Move has been shook. QTE has been completed. So most people who play the game seem to fail that one because it comes out of nowhere and it just takes you by surprise and you die there and you go back to your last save point, which you might not have saved for a while. Like you might end up going back to the beginning of the forest path. That seems to be a thing that happens with a lot of people. And that's not such a good thing because I would say that this opening is not, it's not a great opening, it's not a great first area to this game. Hold on, let us get our completed profile. And there you go, that was the whole game. Get all that? There's incredible spoilers across that entire thing. So now you know the plot of the game. Sugar donut. Yeah, and all these food items have been redrawn.
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it. Yesterday morning, the milk I poured in my coffee made a sign. It said, "Tomorrow you'll arrive in a place that will change your fate."
And as we know, the coffee never lies. So, okay, we can't go back in there. Don't like the look of that. Yeah, I feel that a lot of people would play the opening area of this game and just think of it as like a subpar RE4 style survival horror game. It doesn't, you don't really get to what's special about the game until you get to the open world part and everything opens up. So starting it with this combat area, maybe not such a good idea. I mean, I guess I can see why they would want to start it off with a smaller, more concentrated stage in which it introduces combat before they get into like the real open stuff where you're driving around and talking to people and doing side quests. But that open stuff is the main good part of the game. And the combat is just, it's there. We all know the story that Swery originally didn't want combat for the game. Hold on, let me slow down because my pulse is racing. Now it's going back down. Swery originally didn't want combat in the game, but the publisher required combat because, hey, it's a video game. You have to have combat, otherwise, what's the game, right? So...
Now you were very late. I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
FBI Special Agent, Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York?
Good, that's good. Are you the sheriff?
No, I'm Deputy Sheriff Emily Wyatt. George, he's the sheriff. He went looking for you, actually. He should be back soon.
I see.
If you don't mind me asking, did you walk all the way here?
My car broke down, that's all.
She's easy on the eyes. Definitely worth a trip to the primitive world. By the way, don't mention anything about what happened back there. She'll think you're a psycho. Don't want that, do we, Zach?
Welcome to Greenvale. I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Could you tell me why the FBI is so interested in a small-town homicide?
Let's just say it's a personal interest in killers of young women. I'm always looking for new sample cases to help me with my profiling.
Both our superiors have cleared this with each other. You can remain in command. You don't have a problem with this, do you?
No. No problem. Just want to set things straight. Our small town has its share of problems. I'm the one fixing them one by one and maintaining peace and order. You can have your profiling sample, but I need you to understand that.
Of course. Of course. By the way, George, I had a little accident with my car. Could you send someone to take care of it? Oh, and my clothes and luggage are still inside.
All right. Don't worry. I'll get my assistant Thomas to take care of it. Do you need anything else?
Thanks. That'll be all. Well then, I think I'll rest up first at the hotel. Then I'll join you on your investigation.
Don't know how to say that. We really don't need your help. Unlike some of your corrupt city police officers, I play it by the book. I hope you'll come to appreciate that, Agent Morgan. And we'll handle the investigation. You just think of this as a vacation. Take it easy. Enjoy the nature here. You don't have to be a tree worshiper to appreciate the wildlife here.
Zach, let's reassess the situation. There are no cavemen here. We're as far forward as the Middle Ages. And we've just met the king.
And our prologue is completed. I guess we can probably just pretend maybe that this version of the game is taking place at around Halloween. Maybe Emily has just been searching Amazon for sexy Halloween costume. Probably, it seems kind of out of character, but we'll just assume that. It's getting there. There we go. Well, of course, we're going to see what happened previously, even though we know what happened previously.
Previously during the investigation.
These puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
Welcome.
To Greenvale.
I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it.
It's broken. I've been using that one for a long time.
Why don't you get it repaired? This TV is important to you, right?
It's got some memories attached to it, sure. I used to watch movies on this thing with your grandma all the time.
Grandma liked movies?
Of course she did. Everyone loves movies, right?
I love movies too. I've never been to a movie theater though.
So, now that we've seen part of the game, we can assume that the old man, the grandpa in that cutscene is York. But what does grandma refer to? Who would that be talking about? And, the girl that we're seeing does look a bit like Emily. However, from what we know about what happens later in the game, it doesn't seem like any of that could be possible. So, I guess we'll just find out as we go. I mentioned that those new cutscenes give the game a new framing device in which the events of Deadly Premonition is a story that is taking place in the past that this old man, is telling his granddaughter. And I don't know if I like that. Because in the original version, it's more like the events of the story. It's something that's happening right now. It's happening in the present day. As opposed to this new framing in which it's saying that, no, all this stuff already happened. The investigation happened a long time ago. These are all events that have already completed. It's just that this is a story now being told to someone else years after the fact. Well, decades it would have to be, considering how old York seems to be in that cutscene.
York! Don't breathe. Hold your breath. They can't see you if you hold your breath. Hurry. Like this. Cover your mouth.
Okay, let's press the move button. Oh, actually, let me not press it. What does he say?
Don't breathe.
Okay.
Hold your breath. They can't see you if you hold your breath. Hurry. Like this. Cover your mouth.
All right. Hold my breath. So here's something that I rarely ever used in the game. And something I always wondered was the original intent that when you encountered enemies, you would use the breath-holding mechanic to evade them. Since, as we said before, Swery originally didn't want combat in the game. So if there wasn't going to be combat, what was there going to be? And I'm wondering if this was it. Like, originally was the idea that you would encounter enemies, but you wouldn't be able to fight them. Rather, you would hold your breath to stealth your way around them. I don't know if that's the case. But it would make sense as to why they have this breath-holding thing, and it never really comes in very useful in the game, certain cutscenes aside.
Who are you? Zach, the symbolism in my dreams continues to intensify. A forest of red trees, a carpet with red leaves, a strange doll, and twin angels. But that child is what bothers me the most. I swear I've seen him before. I just can't remember where. Well, it'll probably come back to me eventually. For now, we need coffee. Let's head to the cafeteria, Zach. I hope they have some real coffee. I really need some coffee. Then we can head to the sheriff's office. There's a proper procedure for everything, right, Zach?
There certainly is, and the first thing we need to do right now is change our clothes. Okay, so we always start off with 3 suits, but like I said, one of them has now been replaced with our DLC suits. The Happy Songkran suit gives us money rewards times 3. And the agent suit doesn't seem to need any cleaning right now. Alright, so here's our first DLC suit. We're very trendy. Getting that bonus for the trend. Check ourselves out in the mirror. Looking good. Also, I'm pretty sure the original game was much more pixelated when you looked in the mirror. They changed that here. But something that I doubt has changed is Swery probably is still on the TV over here. Let's get a look at that. Yeah, there he is. Swery skydiving. I love Forest of Rain forever. As do we all. I am a number 1. I like how it just keeps flashing and playing thumping music. This is the only thing that plays on Greenvale TV. Alright, so nothing else really different about the hotel room, I think. Even though we can buy a house, like, this has everything we need. There's the suitcase to change, there's a bed, there's a phone, there's our toolbox over here. You can park cars outside in the driveway. I'm not sure why we really need a house when we have all this. There's also a bathroom. Get in here. Just like a useless little toilet room. You can't do anything in here. Move the camera? No, okay. I can't actually observe the toilet, unfortunately. And of course, there is shaving, which we can get a bonus for doing. We'll do it once, I suppose. It's not like we're going to do this often, because we want our messy, scruffy York. The FBI will give us a bonus if we do. Not bad. But, I think that we all like York with a beard. It's just unfortunate that in the director's cut they didn't just give us what we wanted and just allowed the beard to keep growing as the game goes on. Like, if you don't shave, it should just keep getting longer, right? That only makes sense. Barry, you owe contact now to buy a house. Well, we already did buy a house. I don't know if we'll encounter that next time when we leave the inn, leave the motel, leave the hotel. The Great Deer, that's right, the Great Deer Yard Hotel is the name of this hotel. And of course, it is a very large hotel that famous celebrities have stayed in. And I guess we're going to find out about that when we talk to Polly, which I suppose is going to be next time. For right now, let's pick up the phone, let's call into headquarters, let's save our game, and let's tell them what's going on. We crashed our car, we were attacked by some kind of ghouls, we met the sheriff and the deputy who was wearing an inappropriate Halloween costume, and we had a nightmare where we held our breath to survive being attacked by said ghouls. And that's what's happened so far in our time in Greenvale. Oh, and we also got a flashy new suit. The FBI would be very approving of our new suit. It will allow us to get much more money. So, next time we're going to go out into the world with our flashy Happy Songkran suit. Going to talk to Polly, and I don't know, we'll see what we do. When we actually go out into the open world, I guess we do have the choice of taking the critical path, or taking our time and just doing side quests and such. I guess I'll figure out what it is that we're doing at that point. I'll see you then as we continue on with more Deadly Premonition, the director's cut.